Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be trying to fix an unfixable relationship. Think about that for a minute. The unfixable relationship, yes, it is the narcissistic relationship. This relationship, no matter what you did to put it back together, no matter what you did to think you could improve it, it could never ever be improved. The narcissist knew who they were, what they had done to you, what they had the abilities to do to you. They noticed what level of empathy and kindness and commitment you had, and they looked at your resources. They looked at you as an opportunity, and they wanted to take you, and they wanted to mold you the way they wanted you to be. That's why when you're in these relationships, you become the unpaid helper. You become the walking apology, which means you're apologizing for things that you did do or didn't do, or things you did know about or didn't know about. Everything is your fault when you're in the relationship with the narcissist. They need someone to blame. They need someone to tolerate their poor behavior. They need someone to regulate themselves. And they need someone to continue to break over and over and over again. And that's what happened to you when you were in that relationship. You became a shell of yourself. You became an extension of the narcissist. You lost your identity to the narcissist, and they molded you the way they wanted you. That's why when you were in the relationship, you were in that fog so deep you could not figure out what day of the week it was. Sometimes you couldn't figure out why you weren't getting sleep, why you couldn't enjoy your hobbies, why your phone was being blown up all the time, why when you would respond to a text from the narcissist, they would go radio silent or just type the one letter K. These are the games of the narcissist. And the narcissist does know what they're doing. They had done it before they did it to you. And they're doing it right now wherever they are on the planet, abusing other people, manipulating other people, and having those people think that those people can fix the relationship, which is what? That's right, it's an unfixable relationship. The narcissist wants many people tethered to them at any one time, and the narcissist wants people attached to them. Bear in mind, the narcissist becomes attached to nobody. They want to take the best of you and give you absolutely zero in return other than punishment, pain, wondering, promising, future faking, gaslighting, stonewalling, the silent treatment. They want to manipulate people, and they want people to never, and I mean never, figure out who they are or what they had done. That's why the blame game continues to go around in the narcissist world. Notice how the narcissist can not only not introspect, but they can't be accountable. They can't give a genuine or heartfelt apology. Like, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I want to improve. You're never going to get that. You're going to get thrown under the bus saying, well, that's your problem. I didn't ask you to do that, or you shouldn't have done that, or that was your responsibility, or that's what everyone else does. Why don't you do it? This is what the narcissist does. They have a feeble mindset. They are weak, they're frail, they're shallow, and they're callous inside of their core. And their core is rotten. There's nothing but a vast wasteland, a vast emptiness inside of them. And they need to fill that up with what I call the beautiful, bright, shining light, which is you or was you. Meaning the narcissist envies what they don't have. They're jealous of what they don't have. They want what other people possess. And when they get what other people possess, they usually take advantage of it. And then, out of left field, many times the discard will take place. And if you were discarded, my heart goes out to you. If you ended the relationship yourself, still my heart goes out to you. You were in a toxic, challenging, debilitating relationship, one of the worst ones known to humankind, which was with a narcissist, perhaps even multiple narcissists. Now, having said all that, when you're trying to fix an unfixable relationship, this is before you had the wisdom. It's before you had the tools. It's before you knew that these people existed. It's when you were giving to a fault, maybe even being a people pleaser, being a yes person, when you couldn't say no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. Play that a few times. These are called boundaries. These are called awakenings. These are called educational moments. These are called your new life. It includes nobody that is toxic. It includes nobody that doesn't have your best interest at heart. So going back again, when you were trying to fix the unfixable relationship, you were doing everything in your power that you were taught and that was within you to fix the relationship. On the other side of that relationship was the toxic person, somebody who kept on trying to break the relationship over and over and over again. And throughout the body of your relationship, you had micro discards. That's why, or that's when the narcissist perhaps would go away on a girl's weekend or a guy's weekend, or they would come home late from work one night, or maybe not even come home at all, or they would say that they had a flat tire and they would want you to drive 5 miles, or I didn't mean 5 miles, 5 hours to go fix it for them. Why would they do things like that? Well, because they could, and they knew they could manipulate you, and they knew they could destroy your time and your clarity and your peace of mind and your focus and your purpose. When you're in the narcissistic fog, you do not know what is going on because you did not know that narcissism existed. What you did know is that all of your energy and resources were going into somebody who had a bottomless pit. They had a void inside of them, and they were trying to steal everything from you they possibly could. And that person turned out to be the narcissist. So understand this part of the video. When you, or a person who doesn't have the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle, when you are giving everything you have and trying to fix a relationship that is unfixable, and it includes the other half of the relationship is with a narcissist, you are in an extremely vulnerable position because you are trying to be authentic and genuine, working on the relationship, telling the narcissist everything about you, why you two can't connect, why you can't talk, and why you can't ever get resolution with any issues or problems that arise. And the narcissist is just sitting there staring at you, or snickering, or grimacing, or giving you the smirk, saying, you have no idea who I am, and you'll never figure me out because I'm the narcissist, and I'm keeping you trapped in that zombie-like, trance-like state as long as possible. So I'll sit here and I'll listen to you, tell me what you're thinking. I'll let you overshare information with me. I'll give you a little breadcrumb of possibility that maybe I will agree to what you're talking about. And then tomorrow will happen, and what will happen then? Boom. I'll go back to doing the same old thing I always do, which is absolutely nothing to improve this relationship. I will actually punish you for letting me know the keys to abuse you more and more and more. That's why no good deed goes unpunished in these narcissistic relationships, because the narcissist will weaponize any information they learned about you. And it applies to present day too. That's why in present day post-narcissistic relationship, you need to not overshare. You need to not be as trusting as you were. You need to use your discernment, your wisdom, your newfound superpower, which is the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle, and you need to apply it in present day. This is when we take the lifelong learning lessons from the past. We do not predict the future, and we live in the present moment. The present moment is where the abundance happens. It's where the growth takes place. Many times it's parts of the unknown, but this is change. It's a transformational period where you once were and now you are at the mountaintop or the pinnacle of indifference. And this is where you leave the narcissist in the past. This is when they become lower than a blade of grass below your shoe because you don't care about them. You're indifferent. They try to take you down for the count. They try to take you out. They try to destroy your life, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, your relationships, your hobbies, your health, and your money. And they couldn't do it. Did they do damage to you? Absolutely they did. But they thought that the damage they did to you was irreparable, just like the relationship was irreparable. But guess what? You healed. You cracked the code. You found that needle in a haystack. And slowly you began to exit the devaluation stage and exit the narcissistic fog. And as you did this, you became stronger. And as you became stronger, the narcissist became weaker and smaller. And as they became weaker and smaller, you began to get more clarity in your mind. Your health began to return. Your mindset began to return. Your energy was certainly returning. Your sleep patterns were improving. Your eating habits were returning. Perhaps you were exercising. You were definitely journaling, meditating, seeing a therapist, healing childhood wounds, watching videos and reading. And no, I'm not reading from a script. As you were doing all of these things more and more, the narcissist was become smaller and smaller in your mind. And yes, you did have setbacks, and yes, you did have hiccups, and yes, there were obstacles thrown at you, and yes, there were waves of emotions coming at you, and yes, every day was unique unto itself. It was not the same day. The healing path is not linear. It does not go up to the right like a stock in a stock market. It doesn't do that. It never has, and it never will. What the healing path does is it will test you to your core, and you will finally one day, maybe today is that day, that you will realize that that relationship that you were trying to repair, it was unrepairable, irreparable. You could not do anything more than you did. When you were in that relationship, you were giving every bit of your energy and your time and your resources to an empty shell. You were giving everything you could willingly to a person who would take it willingly and expectedly, and they were trying to destroy you and your life. Now, I've said a few things a couple times in this video to reiterate and to reinforce with you that once you identify that you are in or were in a narcissistic relationship, you need to get away from these people as far as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can. because the narcissist knows that that relationship could not be fixed. The narcissist knows who they are. The narcissist knows what they do. The narcissist will never be honest with you. They will never be authentic with you. They will never be genuine with you. They will never tell you the truth. That's why when you're in this narcissistic stage, the devaluation stage, that's why you're believing in a person who is telling you lies. They're misdirecting you. They're stealing everything about you, and they're watching your life implode. And they're not watching from the sidelines. They're watching up close and personal. That is why when you were in the relationship, when you would be home and the narcissist wouldn't be home yet, and they would open the front door, you never knew if it was going to be Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. Would you be given the silent treatment for a couple of days? Would the door be slammed? Would you be expected to unload the car from all the boxes of all the nonsense that they purchased that didn't benefit you? Would you be the person who would be expected to cook, to clean, to walk the dog, to pay the bills, and to be at command or stand at attention when the narcissist walked in the door? Yeah, that was probably your role. You did so many things in that relationship that you had never done before. You did things that you never thought you would do. You experienced behaviors that you didn't know another human being could portray. You tolerated things you never thought you would tolerate. The reason why you put up with all of that, it's because you were in the trauma bond, a place you didn't even know existed. You were caught up in the fog. You were believing that that person cared about you, maybe even loved you, or that had your best interest at heart. And again, I'll share this one more time. When you're in a vulnerable position and you don't know about narcissism, and you are telling the enemy, a complete stranger, everything about you, how much money you have, what your past relationships were, what your hopes and goals are, what your romantic relationships were, and what you want to do in the future. When you tell them all that, you're giving them the playbook to your life. You're giving them the keys to destroy your life. Again, this wasn't your fault. You didn't know somebody could willingly take information, weaponize it against you, twist and turn the words, blame you, and steal everything from underneath you. But that's what the narcissist does. That's why when you're trying to fix a unfixable relationship, i.e. the narcissistic relationship, and you don't have the wisdom, you are spinning your wheels. You're keeping yourself trapped in that narcissistic fog. You're staying stuck in the low vibrational state where the narcissist wanted you. Once you crack the code and you figure out what narcissism is, and you go no contact and block these people, delete them, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated. Once you do that, that's when your energy returns and your health and everything returns and your focus returns. That's not what the narcissist wanted, but that's what you must do to live an abundant, fruitful, peaceful, calm, and serene life. You see, your path, it had to cross the narcissist's path for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. And think about all you did to repair that relationship that would never be enough. There would never be enough money. There would never be enough time. There would never be enough clothes or trips or assets. It could never be enough because the narcissist was watching your life go sideways, and they were grooming other people behind your back or maybe even in front of you. They were certainly triangulating you. They were certainly gaslighting you. They were blame shifting you. They were using the smear campaign against you from the very early days when you're in that relationship. Now you may stop and pause and say, how could somebody do all these things? Well, I'll tell you how somebody could do that. First of all, the person that would do it would be a shallow, hollow, empty vessel, a narcissist, somebody who's envious and jealous of others, somebody who doesn't possess what others possess, but yet wants to take it away from them so they can't utilize their skill set. Think about what I'm sharing. The narcissist is a parasite. They're looking for a host, and that host, unfortunately, was you for a period of time. It's no longer you because you've closed the chapter on this person or these people, and you've gotten the message. You've had the light bulb moments. You understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third, and there's no room in your life now or in the future for toxicity, for drama, for lies, for cheating, for stealing, for manipulation, for misdirecting. And another thing, before I close the video, if you are in a relationship, this is post-relationship when you've healed or when you're healing. If you're in a relationship where you feel like you have to work to stay in it, that's red flag number 1 through 500. If you're in a relationship with another person and it's equal, it's two people working towards the same path and somebody keeping their words, someone's actions matching their words, that's a good thing. So if you're giving more than you're getting, most likely it's a toxic relationship. Not always. But if you're in a relationship where you're questioning yourself, you're wondering what's going on, who they are, where they are, what they're doing, etc., and you're not getting any answers, and mainly if there's no resolution to the questions that you have, if you're never having intelligent adult conversations, that's a red flag. You need to really pay attention to who you're surrounding yourselves with. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You're not alone. Remember that. You're not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Keep in mind, the person you're considering, they did not want to repair that relationship. They didn't want to fix it. They wanted to break it. And they not only wanted to break that, but they wanted to break you and any relationship that you were a part of. They also wanted to break your mind, your spirit, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, your future, your bank account, your health, and more. That's why once you understand and identify who these people are, you need to get away from them as far as you possibly can, as soon as you possibly can. And so if you're stuck right now, you need to create, develop, and get ready to execute an exit plan. Begin today, if not now, when. Understand if where you are today is where you want to be, stay there. If where you are today is not where you want to be, well, there's work to be done. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.